Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Hey, everybody, it's Christmas Day. It's time for the iBashers Family Christmas Show, and that means you. Figured we'd just check in. Well, it'll either be short or long, depending on how it goes. I'm willing to stay as long as you are, and we'll open up a drink. I have a beautiful bottle of Pichon Comtesse Lalande to share with you all tonight, so get your drinks ready. And we'll give each other a cheer. I have my beautiful Scotty Love glasses that he gave to me. Beautiful. Can't wait to pour that for you. Let's start out by seeing who's in the room. Now, I'm sorry about all the chats that got deleted. I am on with YouTube. I have a special guy named Chucky, and he's looking into it all. I did all the videos. Thank you, Andrew, who's I see in the green room right now, and I'll bring him on in just a second. Remember to keep your volume down so it doesn't get feedback. That's the rules. This is the official invite. I never do this on my show, but it's Christmas time. It's StreamYard.com. That's how you get on. You get into the green room. We'll bring you all on as long as you're nice and not so naughty, depending on who you are. And so that's how you click on in. iBashers stream. It's the first ever panel show that we've ever done, but I figured what a great time to cheer each other on for 2025. The new year's coming, and I wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas. And we will sort that out. I'm working on it intensely with YouTube to try to get it. By the way, if you did send a super chat, don't worry, I did get it. It does count. If I go into YouTube Studio, it is there. So Andrew and Mike Callan, I saw those two. Those are the ones that I saw. They are still on YouTube, so thank you very, very much. And look who's dressed so nicely, ladies and gentlemen. It's Andrew Wolkowicz. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, guys. Merry Christmas to all the bastards.
You're dressed so nicely tonight.
I'm surprised you're not all tuxed up.
You know, I had the weirdest Christmas of all time. Didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. We went and we grabbed Paul's dad and his mom, and we went to a diner. And we just had like a Christmas lunch, because nobody was really in the mood for a big shebang. You know, it's been a weird month. So, you know, since Julie left us. So we just decided to go out for a little. We didn't even exchange gifts, except I did get, yesterday I snuck over to Brooks Brothers and just got Paul a pair of pajamas because I felt weird not giving him anything. I just thought, yeah, but a nice pair of flannel pajamas since our heat has been so crap here. But you're all dressed up. Where did you go? What'd you do? You're all dressed up.
I dressed up just for you.
Oh, aren't you the sweetest?
Yeah. 10 minutes ago, I was finishing off dinner, and which I always cook because nobody else does. And then as I was done, I said, by the way, you guys are doing the dishes.
By the way, you're doing the dishes. I'm putting on the tie.
Yeah.
So what was your Christmas like?
Oh, not too bad. Morgana woke me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You'd think she was a toddler screaming, Santa's here, jumping all over the bed, all excited. She was acting like she was a kitten again.
Well, aren't cats all toddlers for the rest of their lives?
Oh, got me up, and I turned on the coffee, and I'm like, I'm not going back down. So I stayed up, and then around 11 o'clock in the morning, it's like, I am so tired.
Oh, but you look great. You look all nice. I actually looked around the house to see if I had any kind of Christmassy sweater, and I do not. I do not own a Christmassy sweater. Maybe I should have thought about that ahead of time. Got one of those ugly jumpers, as they call them. I should have got
I have one of those.
Do you? I don't have one. I've never been able to bring myself to buy one of those. I should have just gone on Amazon and said ugliest sweater ever for Christmas and gotten it.
Sammy used to like to do the ugly family sweater photos and then send them to all her. So every picture every year was her and I wearing ugly sweaters, different ones going, yay, and all the kids going, looking completely miserable.
I was the miserable one when we used to do ugly sweater for Christmas at work. I never did it because I was like, ew, they're ugly. Not very nice.
I went in the other day, and they were doing little things for each day. The one day they had everybody in ugly sweaters. Another day they told everybody, show up in your pajamas or Christmas attire or whatever. And one of the women was wearing a fuzzy onesie. I go, oh, wearing your pajamas. Onesie. Yeah. Flannel. It's kind of cold in there. And she goes, yeah, I figured I'd be comfortable. I was personally hoping you would be in a Merry Widow in heels, but okay, I guess that works.
Was she wearing heels with her onesie?
No, unfortunately.
Let's see who's kicking around in the room just to say hi to everybody. It's Prue Stuttgart. Merry Christmas, Bashers. Merry Christmas to you, Prue Stuttgart. Dean is here. Says, "Wow, 3 lots of deleted messages. Yes, 3." And I got a picture of all 3, so I submitted it. It's funny. The second I submitted all the videos, they were actually calling me, like sending me an email every 2 hours. Oh, where are those videos? Where? I'm like, well, they haven't deleted anything yet. And then once they deleted them, I sent them to nothing. Radio silence. It's nuts. Mike Callan, yeah, Merry Christmas. I lost 20. You didn't. Thank you so much for the 20. And here you go. And one for Andrew and one for you because they definitely were there. I can still see them on the YouTube studio, which is just a little program that the creators can see. So this is for Andrew, of course, the Super Chat Gong, which belongs to him. And Super Chat Gong guy for you. Thanks so much, Mike Callan. Just want to make sure everybody gets it. Ray, I expect you to show up at some point, Raphael. Where are you, Raphael? Daniel Gutierrez, Merry Christmas, Bastards. Who the heck got to numero uno with all the... I think it was you. Wasn't it you, Andrew? You were number 1, right?
No, it wasn't me. I sent you a screenshot of it. It should be person at the very top.
Let me see. Let's see. Let's find out who it was. I have no idea.
And for Christmas, I bought a couple of bottles of wine. It's definitely the fresh wine, November 2024. Not that dusty old stuff.
You're not that. None of that. I don't want any of that fresh wine. Bring old wine. Bring me the fresh wine. People don't realize how incredible that. Oh, Kevin Landon was number 1. Kevin Landon was number 1. Okay, that's good to know. So that's okay. So I made sure that everybody got a Christmas album, all the Basheroonies, all the Patreons. I made sure everybody got it. A bunch of them did. I made a very big mistake. I used something called WeTransfer, which is what us musicians use when we're sending files because they're large. And I realized I can just do it via like Google Drive or Apple Drive. And that will be in your mailbox forever. So anybody who didn't download it, I think it expires after a couple of days. So I'll go redo those. So if anybody goes, Dirk, I didn't get my Christmas album, you'll definitely get it, I promise. But it's in your mailbox, so download it now, okay? You can listen to it later, but download it now. Melly C, hello, darling. Merry Christmas, Dirk, and all the Bashers. May 2025 be full of joy, happiness, prosperity, and most importantly, good health. Indeed. You have health, you have everything. And Anthony Ramans. Hi, Anthony. Great to see you. Merry Christmas to all Bashers. Peace on earth and be of good cheer. That sounds like something we should all strive for, I think, don't you? Ray says, Home Alone, Kevin's mom is a hottie. He's such a pervy guy. Dana, I know you're playing Trivia Pursuit right now, but we'd love to have you on because, you know, you're a superstar. And what the world needs now is Dana, sweet Dana. Everybody loves her on the show. PM, Merry Christmas to you, PM. Ray says, ding dong, Bashard. I don't see you ding donging. You click the link, you'd show up right inside. Andrew got in there lickety split because I have a green room here on iBashers. I can see whoever's waiting in the room, and then I can bring them on. And I don't see you in there. Carlos Paggi's here. Merry Bashmas, everybody. To you also. Dave Fitzsimons is here. Whoop, whoop. Merry Bashmas. Hey, Dave, great to see you in the room. Alan Doherty. Happy Christmas. I love to see names that I'm not all that familiar with. Great to see you. Of course, Kevin Hawthorne, who comes in all the time from Lakeland, Florida. Great to see you, Kevin. He says, feck YouTube. It's our Christmas. Tis. And Mike Callan, Merry Christmas. Despite all the deleted crap going on, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. And Mart and Bronson. Merry Christmas, everybody. Dave says, Jesus thankfully made the nice list this year. I think you make the nice list every year. It was a close call, brow wipe. That's great. And Vasilios, all the way from Greece. What time is it in Greece? 3 o'clock in the morning? It's late there. Selena, hello, darling. Great to see you. I love your emojis. And Jocelyn. Jocelyn, I smell really good right now. You'd be proud of me. Look at Andrew looking all dapper. Isn't he dapper? Well, he's so handsome. There's no doubt
I
about it.
clean
He's a
up
handsome.
nice.
You clean up nice. Merry Christmas to all the Bashers and to you, beloved Jocelyn. Great to see you. Thanks, Dirk. Love everyone and thanks. Season restored. Aw, that's sweet. Ray Ray says, Dirk, you know your sweater Defiance going to be fixed in New Year. What, are you going to send me an ugly Christmas sweater? Listen, I'll probably get one for like $6 on Amazon. That's the problem with Amazon. Nobody has an excuse anymore because Amazon's too easy, you know. Le Carre, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Le Carre. And it is my friend Steve. Ho, ho. Steve, why don't you come on the show? You want to see the link? You should come on the show and say hello, and we could tell road stories, war stories. Ho ho, let's go. Ho ho, let's go. Oh ho, let's go. Andrew, you so cuddly. Oh, look at that. Hello, how are you, baby? Look how handsome. Hardcore Shutterbug. Merry Christmas, you bastards. Get on the show, you bastard. Merry Christmas.
Even with my headphones, I could hear him scratching at the door, so I let him in. The first thing he does is he gets ready to jump on me. And I'm like, no.
Steve wants to know how to do it. So this is how you do it, Steve. Hold on, ready? This is how you do it. This is how we do it. You go here. You go on this thing, StreamYard.com. Make sure your volume isn't up. Make sure you have, you don't even need headphones. Just don't have your volume crazy. And that's how you join the Bashers and say hello. Introduce yourself to the whole. Here's Sober Sailor. Hello, Sober Sailor. Coming on. Hello, Sober Sailor. How are you? Look who it is. What are you doing there, Raphael? Can we hear Raphael? We're not hearing you. We're not hearing you, baby.
Oh.
He's giving us the middle finger at Christmas time. It's
We're
Christmas
number
time. Raphael. Oh, he's having a glass. You're having a non-alcoholic wine?
Christmas. Happy
we
Christmas
hear you now.
To one and all.
Happy Christmas. I'm going to open up my bottle with my beautiful Fergal Le Creuset bottle opener.
Correct.
What's going on there in the west of Ireland there, mister?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Dirk and Andrew. Thank you so much.
You having yourself a good day, Ray Ray?
Well,
kind of, sort of, maybe somewhere in the middle.
What was your Christmas like today, darling?
Having a very relaxed.
What's in the glass?
No, was cooking all day. Relax now. Fees on.
That broke. Every single one of these, because they're old, they break. I hate when that happens, but I'm good at this. So
my wine was so fresh, the cork wasn't discolored.
On my own for the last 2 hours, waiting for the show.
You were cooking all day. That's good. Kept busy. You crazy pirate, Ray Ray. Okay, I have to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, Jesus, this cork is not nice.
Yeah,
get it out?
I have a bit of a sound delay, Dirk, okay? So I'm just going to... Dirk?
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Dirk, if you have a butane lighter, heat the bottle back and forth between the wine and the cork, and the air will expand and force the cork out.
I have a sound delay, so I'm just going to, lurk in the background like an old priest.
That's really horrible. I got it. Obviously, it wasn't laying on its side for long enough. Squeak, squeak, squeak. We can hear you just fine there, Ray Ray. Guys, if anybody wants to come on the show, this is, for the Bashers. This is the link. Just put that in your URL and click on it, and you could show up, and we're going to give each other some Christmas cheer. This looks good, though. Cheers, fellas. Ching, ching.
Cheers.
Ooh, that was loud. Oh boy, that's delicious. Angelo is in transit. Merry Christmas to all and safe travels. A lot of crazy travelers. 6 people got hit by a taxi cab. What's in your glass there, Raphael?
Red.
Yeah, but is he drinking alcohol? I thought he was off the sauce. Just a Christmas drink? We're not going to.
It's a non-alcoholic Portuguese.
Oh, it is. Is it good or is it
non-alcoholic
shite?
Portuguese Merlot?
What's a Merlot? My favorite grape, the king of all grapes, Merlot. Rufus says you're crazy.
The one I'm drinking is only a 13%, so I don't even know if that counts as alcohol.
Only 13%? I think that's too high.
It's shite. I had 4 cans of Guinness.
It's 14. I used to love 11 and 12.5. That's when Bordeaux is just trying to copy France. It's trying to copy California with their.
I don't like the wines that are too high. Like I don't want to have one glass of wine and feel like I had 6 beers or 8 beers.
Me neither. Hey, Travis Watts, who is in serious contention for wrist of the year, because I mean, can it look better than that? Can you have a better looking wrist shot than that? It's pretty damn great, and the watch itself doesn't hurt with $20. Thank you so much for that. Let's give you a big bang boom for that. Let's give you, it's $20. That's huge. How are you, Travis? Of course, this is the link if anybody wants to get in here tonight. It is the iBashers. Join us for a drink. You know, all friends are welcome, even foes. Come on in and say hi. Who's there, Raphael? He's not paying attention to us at all. Who's with you, Andrew?
Excuse me.
Senor.
Yeah, so I said I'd jump on, Dirk, because you were expecting me on for some reason. You were expecting me to come on?
If
he was hoping.
If Ray didn't show up, I think I would be kind of sad. I feel like Santa put coal in my stocking. Or peat. Or turf. Have you a turf fire?
Again.
Jonas, Merry Christmas, Bashers, or God,
Turf,
Jewel in
turf,
Swedish.
turf,
Keep on
turf,
rocking.
turf,
You have turf.
Turf and potatoes.
Turf and potatoes.
No, I lit a turf and log fire last night for Timmy outside.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, were you on his show last night? Did he have a nice show last night? I saw he called it Speedy Tuesday, and I went, "Bitch, stole my look." It's like, uh-oh.
What does the turf fire smell like?
I just lit a fire.
It smells like Ireland.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just the most amazing smell of Ireland. What's that, Ray? He'll never steal my look.
Smells of history, Andrew. Smells of history.
It does. Smells of history, yeah. It's just the second you get off the plane and you start ambling around Ireland, you start to smell that. And it's just a, I don't know if it's just a memory for me of being a child and the air permeating the air. It's hard to describe what it smells like, but it's probably millions of years of dinosaurs and things compacting into the earth. You know, it's incredible stuff, and it just smells so. Oh, I love it. Some people hate it. Some people are not fans of that at all.
Some people hate for the sake of hating. It's like a hobby to them, and they just can't break it.
No. What I'm gonna try to do, one of my
smell a campfire up you.
Yeah, my campfire is a different vibe altogether. That just reminds me of like pervy scoutmasters and creepy men herding boys. I don't like it. I just think of my times as my very short stint as a Boy Scout, which I hated with passion. I hated every single second of it. Just reminds me of going on a camping expedition, and not fun. Mike Allen says, I'd be on, but this week I have a face for radio. You know what? We all have a face for radio.
Dirk, how are your knot tying skills? How are your knot tying skills?
Shite. First of all, I am one of those people that intricate knots to undo, or bows to undo, or packaging that is wrapped very, very, specifically, I need to pass that on to somebody else. I'm very bad with undoing intricacies. I don't
But
have
how many different knots do you know for a tie?
Well, I know all the tie knots pretty much. All the knots that are not used in the NBA. All the crazy newfangled knots. I don't know any of those. I know, my Catholic school, my 4-over, my Windsors. I know all those. And I tend to prefer either a single or a double Windsor, depending on the event or the tie.
The Windsor.
Yeah. Why does it have to be named after those twats?
My dad told us you have to know how to put on a suit and wear a tie at least one. Don't wear it like you're in sweatpants and whatever. Wear it like you're supposed to wear it. I
agree. I mean, I generally like to dress up quite a bit, and I just, this year was just, it's just not a year. Next year will be a totally different story, because this Christmas Day and Christmas night we usually spent with Jewel, and it was just,
Yeah.
We just needed to take care of business. I'm drinking coffee because I have to work in 3 hours. Oh, they call him Scotty Love. What are you doing, Scotty H? Lord H. What are you doing?
Glad you put the show on tonight.
Well, I put a poll up and I asked.
Well, originally at work, they had me on for a 4-hour yesterday. And then all of a sudden they changed the schedule and I'm working for 8 hours up until 6 o'clock. So by the time I got home and everything, it was close to 7:30. I would have missed the whole show.
Well, I mean, so far you guys are the show, so it would have been no show.
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful.
I knew
something to look forward to.
Yeah, me too. I knew it's a crapshoot to try to do a show on Christmas Eve because everybody's
okay. So, can I raise a toast to the start of the evening,
absolutely,
gentlemen? Sorry, guys. Can I?
We're listening, dear Ray Ray. The floor is yours, Raphael. Speech.
Yeah, may we all be here. May we all be here at this time next year. Thank you, Dirk.
Oh, cheers to you. May we all be here, and may we all be together at some point. I did play the lottery in that hopes that one day I can do the compound party thing. That's my fantasy. Some guy won $1 billion in New Jersey a couple of days ago, and he was able to claim the lottery anonymously, where in New York State you are not. You have to do the press shit, and that's terrible. But in Jersey you're allowed, and he got $1 billion.
Told his family he was going to Florida, and he went to Italy.
Yeah, well, that's where we'd be going. I'd be like, okay, let's see. A place down south, a place in the north, and where else? Then I'd call some private jet company and say, okay, here's the stops you have to make. I'm drinking coffee too, Scotty H. I mean, because, it's a party and I need a little bit of my drug of choice. I had some absolutely gorgeous Ili Forte, which is probably one of the strongest blends of coffee known to mankind, and it's delicious. Melly sees good day, Bashers, and Merry Christmas. We love you. Where are you, honey? We'd love to see you on the show. Are you shy? By the way, guys, if you want to come on the show and not show yourself, all you have to do is not start your camera. It'll be a black screen, or it'll be the icon that you use for your Google account. So you don't have to come on and, say you've got a Christmas presents and wrapping all over the place or dirty socks. It doesn't really matter. You can just come on and talk to the gang. You do not have to show your face. And, but we'd love that you did. Hardcore Shutterbug. I can't seem to get on this thing. All you do is hit the link, baby. Just go into. Do you have? Are you on your phone? If you're on your phone, it's got to be on Safari, and if you are on a computer, it has to be on Chrome. That's the only thing that it asks of you. Not a very big deal, but let me post this. So I'll keep posting it throughout the show so everybody knows how they can get on and all that stuff. There
My
it is.
phone just asked me, "Are you logging in through Facebook or YouTube?" And I'm YouTube.
Yeah, perfect. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Easy.
Yeah, that's how you do it. It's it's HTTP hyperlink streamyard.com KHPJ5AXBMP. Come on in, say hello. Mike Callan says more cabbage for the masses. Listen, you know what my favorite part of going to a New York City diner is? They give you coleslaw, and all of the people that I go to the diner with do not eat coleslaw, so I get it all because I love me some coleslaw personally. I don't know how people can hate cabbage. I don't understand that. Paul refuses to eat it. Just because it's not something Italians, I guess, use.
You ever serve them mashed potatoes mixed with peas?
Almost always. I mean, most of the time I make a champ. Do you know what a champ is, Andrew?
No.
Ray, tell him what champ is. He knows. He's Irish. Make a pot of champ. There is a delay with Ray.
Mashed potato, onions.
Green onions.
Okay.
So basically, all it is mashed potatoes, but you soften up. There's lots of different ways to do it, depending on what region of Ireland you're from, but it's lovely.
Scallions.
Yeah, scallions, green onions, scallions.
Okay.
Basically, cook them in butter and just make them nice, and then throw them in there. So, and then you mix it all up so it's like super oniony and delicious. But I almost always put peas in my mashed potatoes because I am a big lover of the pea.
Well, for our dinner here, what I did was, because it's only the three of us around now, instead of a full turkey, I just did a turkey roll. Still turkey-ish.
Mushy peas. Yeah.
Sadly, I can't eat that.
And I did stovetop stuffing.
Did you? That stuff tastes good.
Mashed potato. The kids always loved it. They're like, "Can you make more boxes of that?" And then I made, when I first started seeing Sam, I said I was going to make sweet potatoes, and everybody made a face. But the way I do sweet potatoes is I cut them up, boil them till they're soft, then throw in a whack load of butter, start mashing them, throw in brown sugar, and then throw in maple syrup.
You are a Canuck. Jesus
Then I
Christ.
mix the whole thing together, throw it in a casserole. Throw it. It's better with maple syrup. Throw it in.
I like maple syrup on a waffle or a pancake, but I've never been able to find the sweet potato delicious. I just can't do it.
Well, then I put marshmallows on the top, and I throw it back in the oven at 350 till the marshmallows expand and start to brown.
Marshmallows are made with cow bones. Another reason why I don't.
I've seen ones listed as vegetarian. They probably taste like
Have you seen that? I haven't seen that. James M. Hey, James M. Listening in as I get ready for guests to arrive in California. Oh, well, I have the pictures. I don't know if I'm allowed to share them. You let me know. I don't know. I don't want to dox your house or anything like that because you sent me some lovely pictures of his Christmas spread. Absolutely as beautiful as you are, James M. $20 listening in as I get ready for guest to arrive in California. Santa brought me a new blue leather watch roll. Have a great visit and Merry Christmas. Oh, that's great. He did send me a bunch of pictures, so I will see what I can show and what I can't show because I'm not quite sure. Check this out. I got an email from YouTube Support. Let me give you a nice big bang boom for that. Oh, Steve Messina got on. Hello, Super Chat. Thank you, beautiful James. You're a legend. And ladies and gentlemen, Hardcore Shutterbug is a guy that I've known for probably 35 years-ish, maybe, possibly, Steve.
Hey, Oh, there you are.
Welcome to iBashers live
What's
on the
happening?
show. This is Hardcore Shutterbug. He's a person that just follows my band around like a groupie, and he never leaves us alone. And he constantly is taking pictures of us and being
It's true.
being on the same planes in the same hotels and following us around. And I don't know if anybody in the band's slept with him yet, but maybe he'll tell us tonight. I can't quite be sure.
Actually, the picture of my head was taken with in Greece with you.
Pardon me?
Hey, Hardcore Shutterbug. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas, Hardcore.
Merry Christmas. Am I doing this right? Should I turn this sideways?
Oh, that looks great. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, Andrew and Raphael. Look at that. Look at that. Horizontal, baby. No one likes it vertically. Wow, there we go.
Better?
Big boy pants. Oh my God, that's great. Dave
Something
Fitzsimon's
new.
Incredible Lights, Ray Ray. You listening, Raphael? Are you listening? Incredible Lights, Ray Ray. The New Jersey drones look like they're over Achille right now. Look at that. Isn't that great?
That better?
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be done. But you don't have a choir full of kitties behind you.
No, I actually just had to lift the blanket and put Senor up on the bed because he was crying.
No, don't do that. Mike Callen with a $20
likes
super
being carried.
sticker. Super sticker, yeah. Thank you, buddy. That's very sweet. He can't come in tonight, but he threatened to do so. So tell us. By the way, this is you watch the show enough to know that that's the incomparable Andrew Wolkowicz. But you know what? I know their faces, but you might not. I can put a name to a face. Are you having a drink tonight, Stephen?
I am. I should have a drink, shouldn't I?
You should have a drink because we're having a Christmas drink.
All right, hold on.
I'm
Let me go
drinking
get a drink.
Pichon. I'm drinking Pichon Comtesse Lalande Reserve tonight. Beautiful. My favorite wine in the whole wide world. It's my favorite. It's not quite the lady. This is the little girl. The lady is the Comtesse de Lalande. This is the Reserve, which is, it's the cheaper one. Because the big lady is about $300 now at this point. And it's like, meh.
If I spend $15 on a bottle of wine, I'm like, is there anything cheaper?
Yeah, well, like when you're look at this. James M says I can show all the pics. All good. I am drinking soon. Wow. Cheers to you, incomparable James M. James M and I almost had a meetup in the city, and we'll make that happen. Hey, look who's here, Drew B. James M, we almost made it. We'll do it again though. We'll make it happen. Unfortunately, all that stuff. Are you having a scotch there? You having a whiskey?
Yeah, I have a little whiskey.
Why don't you take your whiskey home?
Merry Christmas.
Look who's live on the show. It's Drew B. Everybody raise a glass to Drew B. Hey, Drew.
Is someone in the darkness there?
The link is up if you want to come. That's the link. All you got to do is copy that. It is StreamYard.com/KHPJ5AXBMP. Isn't that great? It's so catchy. It's like the catchiest chorus you ever heard. If you want to come on in and say hi to everybody, it's great to see you. Evening Bashers from Drew B. So what was your Christmas like, Hardcore Shutterbug? We lost Raphael. He's gone.
Lots of family.
That's nice.
We did the eve at my sister's and we did the day at my mother's.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did the fishes yesterday, and today we did the
fishes. The 7 fishes.
The fishes.
The Sicilians do the 7 fishes.
My sisters, we did the fishes.
It's funny when you're from Long Island. It's people from Brooklyn. They talk like that. They used to, and now everybody's like, "Oh my God, I totally was going to Mazatlan," but now it's Long Island.
Oh,
gotta have the 7 fishes.
Guess what seems to be making a comeback?
Well, we didn't have all 7 fishes.
Missionary.
The Mean Girl Valley Girl thing. I went into a dollar store to buy some gum, and the girls stand there and this till is closed.
Oh my God, this till? Did she say till? That's
Till.
like wow, the 1950s. And my gal Friday, she got caught with her hand in the till.
So I
That's
go to
so
the next
old-fashioned.
one, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're gonna make me pay with coin? What's with these old people? Don't they know how to use debit? My
Oh my
nails."
God. Just tap. Why don't you just tap? I call those girls Tiffany, Amber, and Bethany, and sometimes Madison.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Maddie. Oh my God. It's like I was totally like, oh my God, see that? Oh my God. Like
Well, did you ever see a Louder Milk
oh yeah. Oh the
when he's like, "Why do you talk like that?" I don't
yeah.
talk like that.
You know, that show could have been so much better. I kind of checked out because it just got he was too much of a mope. It was just over my. But when he was in the store and he opened up the door and he let the girl in, please say thank you and keep the door, open the door.
Right.
Then she cuts him in line and he goes, "Wait a minute, what was that about?" And it's like, oh my God, the girls they all have vocal fry where they all talk like that and everything's like this. And I was so like, oh my God, I saw Andrew and he was with Hardcore Shutterbug and we were totally at the gig and it was
well, they're now projecting socially by 2030, 50% of all Western women will remain childless and unmarried for the entirety of their lives because of their sense of entitlement. Nobody wants to deal with them.
oh my God.
They won't be virginal by any stretch. They have body counts like the Normandy invasion, but that's just the weekend.
They have body counts like the Normandy invasion.
You'll figure it out.
Like those Hitman guys.
Yeah. They all think they're the table, but they haven't figured out they're just on a table spinner. Guys are the chairs, and we can move our chairs to different tables.
What's a table spinner? Is
Like
that
a
something
lady
like
Susan?
Is that like a porn term?
You just got a mental image, didn't you?
I was like, what the hell is that? I just turned beet red too. I was like, oh my
Okay,
God.
well, hang on. I'm going to show you one.
A lazy Susan? I have one.
No,
Huh?
we act. Oh, Jesus, Olive on the table again.
You.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, she's always on the table. All right, so I'm going to try and hold the phone here. See the table?
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's a built-in lazy Susan. Look at
Yeah.
that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Melly C says that young people speak too fast. I find it very difficult to understand. It's like, have you ever watched that guy, the bald guy on YouTube? He narrates a lot of different historical kind of historical things, like the Iron Age or the Triangle Shirt Factory, and he talks really fast. Everybody on YouTube is doing this. And then in 1744, they basically read all, and your head explodes. Last night we were watching the Yugoslavian creation of the Yugoslavian state and how it fell apart. I look over at Paul and he's like this because it was so boring. It was so boring. So very boring. So what are you drinking? What's in the glass, Hardcore Shutterbug?
This is just Jameson.
Like regular straight up Jameson or like
Straight up Jameson. We finished off the Jefferson Ocean and we finished off the Macallan. So
to the spirit and the soul of Mr. Neil Peart.
well, the Macallan I usually don't share, but it was Christmas.
Yeah.
The empty bottle right there on the table next to the cat.
Was it Macallan 18?
No, I can't afford the 18. Let's see, Macallan 12.
Macallan 12.
The 18 is a little out of my price range.
What is it for a bottle of 18?
I think it's might be over 100, maybe close to 2.
Yeah. Did you know that JS, my Andrew and Raphael and everyone else, JS is my childhood friend who played drums with us live in Greece and a lot of the tracks on Destroy All Humans. He was a pen pal with Neil Peart for many years, and he used to send him at Christmas every year a bottle of Macallan 18.
Wow.
Did you know that about our JS?
I remember you mentioning something about that, but you took the photograph.
That's cool.
Speaking of Greece, you took the photograph right over my shoulder of me in front of the Acropolis. I don't know if you could see it.
I did. Oh, I took that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, look at me. Hardcore Shutterbug 2.
Right above Ruby, my other cat that passed away there.
Ruby. Beautiful Ruby. Where is our beautiful Daryl?
He was just sitting on the opposite side of the screen, just messing with shit. But now it's crazy hours, so he's running in circles right now, like in the other room.
YouTube user. What is that? Merry Christmas, Dirk and the Bashers. Oh, Drawbar. Hey, Drawbar. How come you're not coming up as Drawbar? He's got a Cohiba there. I see that. YouTube user or Don Devi. I can't watch for long. Wifey and the kids all think I'm insane. Watch freak already. Well, we're not really talking. We're sending a Christmas message. That's all we're doing. This is a very light show of friendship and cheersing everybody for health and happiness. It's just a gathering. This is all we're doing today. So great to have you in the room. Enjoy your Cohiba and enjoy whatever you're watching. Who cares? And enjoy your watches. What, are you wearing a watch tonight, Steve? Do you have any watches, Steve?
I have 2 watches. I have a watch I was given when I was my brother's best man.
Okay. What is it?
And I have the watch that I got from the railroad for putting out a fire.
Oh, that's true.
That's pretty cool.
So Steve works for a very large railroad company in the tri-state area for many, many, many years. How long are you there? 28 years, 27 years?
22.
22 years. And he put out a track fire and they commemorated him by giving him a watch.
It's pretty cool, actually.
My granddad used to work for CN.
Oh, Canadian.
It's a great, I mean, it's, I for the most part, I love it. Now I'm actually in Long Island City, not too far from iBashers headquarters. So
3 blocks. All summer we got together a lot, and then
right, and
my life got a little
then you got
fucked up.
abducted by aliens.
No, we had a death in the family, and that's all that happened.
Come here.
Oh, so he's got Daryl, who was Laverne's boyfriend.
Okay.
Come on.
Not really, but
they never met, but they would have been.
No, but we always did.
They were like social media dating.
They were social media dating. He's got beautiful Daryl.
So
Andrew has you have 3 altogether, correct?
Yeah, currently.
And 2 of them are 29 years old.
Yeah.
How old?
29.
You have a 29-year-old cat?
2 of them.
The youngest one is 17.
Now Olive is the youngest one, right?
Yeah.
Olive.
When we first got her as a kitten, Senior grabbed her, and the house we were in, we didn't even know we had mice, but he grabbed her, dragged her into the kitchen, and sat her down in one corner of the kitchen, and she went to move, and he sort of sat on top of her, making her head face a certain corner. And Sammy's like, "What's he doing?" And I'm like, "I think he's teaching."
There was a cat accident.
And yeah, within a couple of days, Olive brought us a mouse. We didn't even know we had mice.
They know, man.
Oh, they know.
I can't believe you have 2 29-year-old cats.
He does.
That's like unprecedented.
You know what he says the secret is? Low ash diet.
Also spoil them horribly.
Look at Daryl.
You got to figure Sammy had 4 kids. I had 2. So the cats were probably getting petted for 8 hours a day each for years. And as long as they feel like they're needed and wanted and necessary, they're not going to die. They're just going to keep shedding on everything you own, especially if it's nice.
What kind of cats are they?
Street cats.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. The best cats we've ever had as a family throughout my life, we've always had cats, were barn cats. They're so loyal.
Drew B, who was just on the show, he's had 2 barn find cats this year, and he found great homes for both of them.
Barn cats are amazing.
Yeah.
They're totally loyal. They're very loving.
They're grateful. They're grateful for the love you give them.
Most of them won't use the litter box, so they're indoor, outdoor. They'll go to the door and meow. You let them out. They do their business. Then they show up hanging off the screen. And it's like, oh, yeah, you want it. We had one. For some odd reason, my mom named him Trixie. But you could tell, like, he had a set, like, a couple of golf balls.
He was trans and fluid.
Oh, he was, and he also had
Tenderfloat.
extra thumb.
Oh,
And
that
he could-
happens.
Dactyl.
Yeah, and he could use it like a thumb.
That's bad. Was he black and white cat?
Yeah, he was.
Black and white cats are the smartest cats, and they also, if we had Glaucus and we said if he had a thumb, he used to open up our patio door. He figured out how to unlatch it and open it, and so he could go out on the deck.
He figured out how to go to the screen door and pull out the caulking along the edge
Oh yeah.
to create a flap so he could just walk in and out in the summertime.
Yeah, I actually went and bought this stuff it's screen made out of, ready for this, Kevlar. So the screen that's now on my screen door is made out of Kevlar because of Glaucus, my first cat, because he figured out a way to make a perfect incision, like a 90-degree angle. So he had a little flap, and he's like, ha ha. And then I'd come home, I couldn't find him, and he'd be out on the deck, just going,
Senor does that. We can't open any of the ground floor or basement windows more than a quarter inch because he'll sit there with his paw hanging through it, trying to get out.
Wow.
And at his age, like, what's he going to do? Sit there with his mouth open, waiting for a bird to land? You can come to me, really.
Now that Laverne is no longer with me, I feed all the birds every morning. I just grab. I did bird seed in a birdhouse for a while, but they made too much of a mess with that. It just got too crazy. Like, I had this birdhouse and it was great, but they would just shit all over the place, and then there would be bird seed all over my table, my chairs. So I made a tray and I put bread out there, and Laverne would just stare out the patio door like this, like a lunatic, like salivating on how much she wanted to get them. But these birds are huge. But now they just eat out of the tray and then they take off, and they don't make a mess now. The birdhouse was a disaster for me. It was a disaster.
Olive will sit at the window. And I noticed years ago, I turned to Sammy, I go, have you ever noticed that Olive sounds a lot like a pigeon? And she goes, what? And I go, she'll sit there making pigeon sounds until pigeons will come close to the window, and then she'll slam against the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris on the Upper East Side. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
All right, I didn't see you down there. I had to scroll down.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I can't stay on for long. I'm actually cooking dinner for a friend.
Well, your
tonight.
place looks absolutely like picture perfect, gorgeous.
It's real. It's not
it's real.
I was just thinking that's too nice.
That's so beautiful.
It's bijou, as they say in the real estate
Well,
industry.
throw a dirty shirt over something.
Bachelor life on the Upper East Side, gents.
Now, Chris is a guy that I have actually met in real life twice.
I remember on the one live stream you showed up.
Yeah.
I think I might have been the first live basher to show up, I think.
You were. You absolutely were. Because I met Angelo and I met Mr. Love, but I met them privately.
Right.
But you were the first one to come on the stream.
Public.
And I was so taken aback because I thought, oh shit, the manager's here and he's going to be pissed that I'm filming in the restaurant. And it was not. He's like, no. He's like, I'm Chris. I'm one of your bashers. I'm like, oh my God, Chris Upper East Side. Happy Christmas to you, my friend. How are you?
Likewise to everyone. Just look, big thank you to you and Oisin and Michaela for everything that you produce.
Thanks,
and I'm sure I speak for a lot of people here. It's just great to have the content. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. Trying to just make a little bit of content out, especially on like Fashion Police. I can't wait till we get back to doing that in 2025. And the Basher thing, it's just taught me an incredible lesson on how many amazing people I've met doing this show, and it's just been an incredible experience. If it wasn't for Ush and Carolyn Martin and all the fine folks who are like, no, take Bashers to the next level, start doing it every day and turn it into, instead of a once a month, once every whatever,
right,
turn it into a real thing. And they're like, quit your day job. I'm like, quit a day job? How would I do that? I don't know. I've always had a job, because music has never paid me diddly squat. People are like, oh, I love your band. You guys.
I'm looking forward to when you're in Italy. I think it'll be amazing. We'll see. You'll wake up, you'll log in, and it'll be, hey guys, coffee's on. And then it'll be like, oh, I'm going to go outside on the patio and watch that sun come up in Italy.
On the beach.
Yeah, and I'm
the
over
town.
50.
The town
and I
we want to
kept
go to
perfect
is
parallel.
on a beach. It's the weirdest setup. And Paul said, "Stop saying the name of the town on your show."
Everyone will move there, right? We'll all be there.
We watched that show.
You'll increase tourism, and who wants that?
Well, have you ever seen that show? It's called like International. I always remember. It's about people who want to leave the U.S. and get a place. It's called like International Real Estate, or I forget what it's called. International House Hunters.
I've seen
And
that.
it's like, oh my God, Mitzi and Jonathan are from Oregon, and they're so tired of the rat race because Oregon's got a rat race, and they're like, they just found a place in Sevilla, Spain, and so Paul's like, stop talking about it because I don't want people to know, because it's his family's ancestral hometown. He's got tons of family there, and it's a walled city, like from the year 9. So the Centro Storico is like cobblestones and really old buildings and a beautiful church and the piazza. And then once you walk outside the wall, there's Adriatic Beach. It's incredible. And it's like people don't really, it's in a region that is not really famous in Italy. Like Stanley Tucci didn't go there for he went to all the regions for his show and he never went there. And I was like, wow, that's really weird.
I actually found out that Italy has over 1,500 abandoned towns.
They do. And it's mostly in the south.
Yeah.
Because listen, Italy was the kingdom of Italy, and before that it was, the kingdom of Sicily, the kingdom of Napoli. They were
Yeah,
their
half the
own
boot was
thing.
actually considered Sicily.
Well, his last name, this guy right here, Hardcore Shutterbug's last name is Messina, and his family are actually from Messina in Sicily.
Well, actually, the half are from Polizia Generosa,
Excuse
and
me.
the other half are from Giosta Maria.
Oh, okay.
I think they left from Messina, is the port.
Sure, that's a very big city. It's a very big town. I've yet to be. I've never been to Paul's.
Did you know there was a Toronto in Italy?
Yes.
Yeah,
I did.
I was watching this video and they're like Toronto, and I'm like, I hate Toronto.
Well, look at all the cities we have here. Like there's a Syracuse.
And they said there's
obviously.
this little island in the Bay of Toronto in Italy that was actually founded by the Spartans.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, and if you go,
don't say Toronto, you say Toronto.
So was that there before Toronto? Which Toronto was first?
wasn't on.
What do you think? Certainly not the one in the Great White North. Troy, all the cities in New York, Sparta. There's a Sparta, New York.
Yep.
I mean, listen, America's a very new country that, people probably settled from these European places and they came up with a name for their towns. I mean, Syracuse.
And they think it's the center of the universe.
Yeah. Dirk, how are you doing with your Italian, Dirk? You're still doing it every day?
I do it every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Every day.
I mean, I think I've told you, I started you and showing a big inspiration for me learning Brazilian Portuguese.
That's
like 1 year
Brazilian Portuguese. You want to know? Here's a funny story for you. So I worked in El Rio Grande on 38th and 3rd for 25 years. And the first week I worked there was a bunch of like Brazilian people, a lot of them. And they were all really fun because Brazilian people are so much fun. I have maybe never met a culture that enjoys life more than they do. They love living. They love sex. They love drinking. They love smoking. They love all that stuff.
Like Italians.
They're like Italians, but wild. So they taught me a couple of words. And my friend said, this new friend, bartender, he said, oh, here's a phrase that you should say to her and she'll really appreciate it. And he said it was like, come me sue puseta. And I said, oh, I don't know what that means. And it means something extremely dirty. And I said, I don't think I should say it. He goes, no, would I do that? I wouldn't do that to you. And I went up to her and she goes, who told you that? Marco? She knew I didn't know what it meant.
The nicest thing about Italians and Brazilians, like if you speak a little bit of the language, they're so excited when you try it. And that's what sort of gets you addicted to learn that language, is the response that you get. I've been really good friends with the people who own the Brazilian market near me, and also Bar Guyana up in Spanish Harlem, really cute Brazilian place. And hopefully next year I'm hoping to go to language school for a week down in Rio. So.
Oh, in Rio. Are you going to go to like a Berlitz style place?
There's a few that are in Rio because it's a touristy area. You fly Sao Paulo and then take a quick trip over to Rio just for a week.
Yep. I mean, it's funny because I've heard both sides of the coin because I've been to Portugal and loved it.
Lisbon's beautiful.
My friend Mary had a place there. We just lost Raphael, and because we're only calling Ray Raphael now because he divulged his real name, so he's screwed forever now.
Raphael's a cool name, though.
Raphael's cool. It's an angel. It's great. It's a Saint Raphael. It's very cool.
I named my son Gabriel.
I just can't ever think of Gabriel without thinking of Kate Bush because it's just that song. Every time I hear that, and of course she was Peter Gabriel's lover for a while. But good for you. So you doing Babbel or Duolingo?
I'm very fortunate. My work is paying for lessons. And,
real lessons.
Yeah, I have an instructor in Sao Paulo, and we've become very good friends. And also, one of my ex-girlfriends is from Brazil, and we're still very good friends, and she helps me too. So yeah, you're in. But the key is just 10 minutes a day. If you're Italian, just every day do that 10 minutes, and then that knowledge.
God, I should be fluent because I at least do about 45 to an hour a day, and it's like it's like what my vocabulary is excellent. I understand my pronunciation is pretty good. I'd say it's probably about 80% there. It's just I need to get dumped into a cauldron of people that don't speak English and have to fight my way out. And I have to be able to do that every day. And I bet you in a month or two, I'd probably be fine. You know, Paul speaks fluent Italian.
I wish I could speak another language.
So get on it, bitch. Get on
it. They forced us to speak French when I was in school. I think I was in grade 2 at the time. And I'm like, why do we have to learn this? And they're like, because of Quebec. And it's like, do they have to learn English? And they said, no. And I said, then I'm not learning French. And I guess I put some sort of stupid mental block in myself that I never learned French.
Me too.
You're considerably far from Quebec, though, right?
Oh,
you're not super close to it. Yeah, let me ask you a question. How many miles are you from Quebec?
I could be there.
Use kilometers up there. Use kilometers.
We use kilometers, but I could be there in about 12 hours driving.
Oh, that's not that far. Now, what did you guys take in school when you were kids? Steve, what did you take in school?
Spanish, and I hated it, and I was terrible.
Yeah. I just don't think it's beautiful, so I don't enjoy it.
The way they taught languages back in the day was ridiculous. All textbook and verbs and grammar. It's like the new
I
way
took
of
French.
learning.
Vous et moi.
Completely. Yeah, me too. And I can't speak a word of it. But learning the new way, where you just dive in and you get uncomfortable, and every day 10 minutes, it's completely transformative. And like I say, I want to spend time traveling like you. I want to go to Italy and Brazil and Portugal when I'm done with this life. So.
I'm actually surprised.
Go ahead.
I'm actually surprised I didn't grab Italian because the high school I went to, we had moved from Burlington to Hamilton, and the high school had 1,700 students. 1,698 were Italian, like off the boat Italian.
Wow.
Oh.
A black kid that lasted less than a week and left. And
why? Why did he leave?
He got the snot kicked out of him, and he left.
Are you insinuating that Canadians are racist?
No, the Italians hated the black kid.
Really?
They hated him.
Why? Because he was black.
I don't know. Oh, but they also hated the Polak. I spent the entire time.
Sicilians are considered by Italians. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve, but they are.
Actually, they were considered Moroccans for the longest time.
I remember my first day. I went to what my schedule said was an English class, and I saw the door number, and I walked inside, and I sit down, and the teacher starts yammering on in Italian, and I'm like, "Excuse me, isn't this English?" And she goes, "You don't understand Italian." "No, you're in the wrong class," and kicked me out of class. We had teachers that refused to teach me because I didn't understand Italian.
Was it English for Italian speaking kids or something?
I have no idea. On my schedule, it said grade 10, general English.
Huh.
It was just the teacher. And she'd been there for 200 years, so she had no interest
200 years.
Yeah, it's surprising how many nuns look like
una strega. Tell her she's
you would
reading.
be surprised how many nuns never knew what moisturizer was, but always looked like they lied out in the sun.
They were nuns. They didn't need anything to be moist.
Oh no, he used the
Although
M
we
word.
did-
That's
we
the M word is verboten on my show.
We did go on a religious retreat once to this all-girls school that was connected to a convent. And I'm standing out back having a smoke, talking to some of the students and a couple of novices. And one of the nuns caught us, and everybody went pale. And I went, "You want a cigarette?" And she goes, looks around, she goes, "Give me two." And then she got a third one off me, and we're standing there, and then the curtains right behind me whip open, and it was the Mother Superior's office.
Wow.
When I graduated, I still owe my high school 2 years worth of detention.
You're a bad boy.
No, I actually do. They
How
told
are you
me
going to pay that back at this point?
They actually told me we were considering not giving you your diploma until you paid back.
Did you do it?
No, they mailed it to me.
Oh, they mailed it to you. Oh, so
And
you,
then
you couldn't do any of the exercises. You were ostracized from the ceremonies.
Yeah. And then when I went to go to college, I had to contact the school board for my records. And the woman that answered the phone at the school board was the old attendance woman from my own school. And she went, "Oh, I remember you."
I bet everybody remembered you.
Well,
Ray with the €20. Sound delaying doing my head in. Oh, sorry, Raphael. Enjoy more watching. Dirk will have your Xmas gift on later. Who I'm trying to get my Christmas gift on here, but she's not saying. Oh, she's not answering my text messages. Let's give him a big bang boom. Selena says Spanish can definitely. It is a romance, one of the original romance languages. The romance languages are, and here's the one thing that a lot of people don't know. So obviously English, it's Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and do you know what the other one is? I bet Chris knows.
It's French, right?
Well, French, and there's one more. Most people don't realize this.
Latin?
No, Romanian.
Oh.
Romanian is one of the first. It's considered a romance language, and
Isn't
I just
that like
recently
Egyptian?
found that out. That's Romany. That's a different story. You know, Romany now is like using the word knacker. I think you're not allowed to really say that, but you know, it is what it is.
Well,
You know,
it's like when the Irish move in across the street, count the silver and hide the china.
Dirk,
there's two kinds of Irish lace and us.
Dirk, speaking of Romanian, you have any interest in Nosferatu?
Like the demon?
The movie that comes out tonight, as a matter of fact.
Is that with Nicolas Cage?
No. This is directed by Robert Eggers, who did The Lighthouse and The Witch.
You know I'm not a big horror guy.
I thought that movie came out like 90 years ago.
It came out.
It did. Well, the original Nosferatu was a silent film.
Yeah.
It was the Murnau film. And then in the 70s, there was a Klaus Kinski Nosferatu. This is the third remake. And looks great because this director's really, really good.
Wasn't Nicolas Cage in a Nosferatu kind of film the other day?
He did a Dracula movie recently.
Oh, he did a Dracula movie.
It was like a comedic one, though.
Oh.
So.
Daniel says, agree, Selena. Well, Spanish, I mean, I live in New York. I should speak fluent Spanish. And you know why I don't? Because I'm a moron. Because, I mean, obviously the part of the vernacular is easy. And now that I'm learning Italian, I go, oh, look at
hello, you.
Daryl. That was Laverne's boyfriend. Look at
Put them on low ash diets.
He's got Andrew, he's got a skin condition.
Yeah, but all his hair is back.
It's all back?
It's all back.
Because he's licking.
Okay, so once a week, open a can of tuna, just dump the water into a bowl and just let them go nuts on the water. It's great for their coat because Morgana was having this dry skin thing.
Right?
Yeah, it dry skin, and her fur was feeling really, really dried out. So I started doing that once a week, and then I just make myself a tuna salad. So I won't There
you go. Paul will eat the tuna. Paul and Laverne used to have tuna parties.
Oh,
he'd open up a can of tuna, and she'd be asleep in another room, come flying in, and just stand there
all
and go,
three of
what
the
am I gonna
cats.
get?
All three of the cats, like I'll open one can of tuna and they'll be like right there on me, and Olive, who weighs 17 pounds, will start climbing my leg.
Yeah,
And
I
it's,
love that stuff.
oh,
So, so what kind of tuna do you buy for them?
just whatever the hell I can find.
Okay.
Don't buy
Yeah.
Figaro.
No,
Have you ever
not the
seen that
stuff in
cat
oil.
food?
Get the stuff that's packed in water.
Oh, oil is no good. Yeah, no.
Yeah, get
No,
the
because
stuff
I
that's
mean,
packed in water.
I have no explanation why his hair came back. It was like 2 years. He had all these patches on his arms.
That's because he was grooming them. He was over grooming.
Over grooming, but now
could have been a stress thing. Because when I was with my first wife, I noticed my beard started going all patchy, and all of a sudden, within 2 weeks of getting thrown out on Christmas Day, yay!
Did you get thrown out on Christmas Day?
Yeah, what happened with our marriage was crap for a long time, but we had kids, and I loved my kids, so I was sticking it out. And we always went down to her parents for Christmas Day. And on our way out the door, she sort of smirked and said, "Enjoy your Christmas. It's your last."
Oh.
And we walked in the door at her parents, and her mother walked over to me and said, "Get the out of my house, or I'm calling the police for trespassing, and I'll say you slapped me."
Oh,
wow.
No. That's harsh words.
Well, what had happened was about 2 weeks earlier, okay, backpedal slightly. Right before the first Gulf War, I was a steel worker. I saw war coming. So I dumped all my stock and told them put everything into any company with a U.S. military contract, put all the Canadian side into any company supplying them with parts, because all the Kevlar that the U.S. military uses is made in Canada. And most of the brass and everything else. And then I said, go high risk, because it's not high risk. At wartime, they renew contracts. They don't cancel them. And then contact me in 10 years, out of sight, out of mind. Well, 10 years later, I'm married. I got a couple of kids. The marriage is crap, but I love my kids, so you put up with it. And I come home, and she's got this package from the investment firm that's almost a foot high that said private and confidential, and she's ripped into it. And I go, "What's that?" And she goes, "I'm on the phone to my mother." And she goes, "Anyways, Mommy, it says based on this, he'll have 860,000 by 55, 1.2 million by 65. And her mother, throw the son of a bitch out right now, file for half, and then file for alimony based on what the half he has left.
Oh.
And she did.
You took apologies, gents. I got to drop. Happy Christmas, Feliz Natal.
Happy Christmas to you. What a treat.
Soon, yeah.
And you know what? Your apartment is as impeccable as your personal style. Because that
one day we'll all
gorgeous.
do a get together. You and Paul come
We
over
will.
together.
That is
Thank
a
you
nice
so
place.
much. Thank you, Chris. What a treat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so my Christmas dinner that year was a box of craft dinner, and I stayed away from the booze.
You should have just gone out and got some heroin and a bottle of wine and just sat in the doorway.
Are you kidding? She would have been happy if I did.
Is she dead now?
Stupid. No, unfortunately, she's never been.
I'm sorry to hear
that. Oh, her mother?
I was going to suggest that, but
her mother, I found out after we were married, was a former Irish Catholic nun who only became a nun.
Irish Catholic nuns get horny too. Listen.
He only became a nun to get a free teaching certificate paid for by the church. As soon as she became a teacher, she quit the church, and then she met a Jewish guy and flat out says, "Oh, they make good money." So she married him.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Did she try to draft him into the faith?
She treated him like garbage for the rest of his life until he died.
Oh, that's not nice. Jewish men make great husbands. You know that?
He was the only one in the family that was actually a really decent human being.
Yeah.
Like when we split, he was totally cool with me and very nice to me. Her mother was livid, and 14 years after we split up, when my daughter went to go to college, I had an RESP, which is money you put aside for the kids to go to university or college. and there was only about $300 in it. And the bank, because I had put it in my daughter's name, had to contact her. Her mother jumps on the phone and goes, I knew the son of a bitch had money hidden. How much is in there?
$17.95.
Yeah, pretty close. It's enough to pay for a book, right? Something.
I don't know. So how long ago did you get divorced?
Let's see. 2003, 2005, I started seeing Sammy. That was fun. And yeah, here I am.
Yeah, Steve, just so you know, his second wife passed away. She was a beautiful lady and a terrific. So that's why our Andrew is kind of all by himself with his cats, and you know, he's got his kids and stuff. So
Sammy, when she realized my feeling on Christmas, because I always loved Christmas up until that moment, she busted her hiney for years to Christmas became her thing. And she absolutely went way over the top. We had a Christmas tree in the rec room. We had a Christmas tree in the family room. We had a Christmas tree in the living room.
With cats too? The cats didn't tear apart the trees?
At one point, we used to have these little ornaments that my mom had given us that were actually covered in real feathers. And I come downstairs and the tree swaying back and forth.
I was going to say.
And seen yours in the tree with his paw just reaching out, going crazy. And I noticed by January, because we always leave the tree up until after Little Christmas, Ukrainian Christmas, sorry. Usually around the 13th.
Ukrainian Christmas is it? Oh, look at Daryl.
Oh. Can you see him? I'm trying to get
we can see him.
Oh, there we go.
Now we've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, the bottom 1.5 feet of the tree, no ornaments, no tinsel, nothing.
Oh,
there he is. I can't get this. You know,
for such a good photographer, you're a very shitty cameraman.
Listen, I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm trying to get this thing to stand up. It's not even on a stand. There it is. Is that composed enough for you?
You guys are holding it steadier than I am. I'm using my phone, so it's drifting.
Oh no, I'm using my phone.
I got a couple of boys who are having a hard time. Do you guys have a hard time logging in? Andrew didn't, but you did, right, Steve?
I had to download StreamYard. That was the problem.
Download the program?
Yeah, the app.
Hardcore, got a quick story for you.
Yes.
I don't even use a StreamYard app. I use the browser. I'm on Chrome. I don't even use it.
I don't have Chrome.
Yeah, but Chrome is, you should have Chrome.
What was your story, sir?
Here's my dad. Years ago, he had these boxes of like 35 millimeter films, like little tiny things like this. And I'm like, Dad, what the hell is that? And he goes, well, I started filming one a month in 1946. And some were in black and white, some were in color, none had sound. But then in the late 80s, he had all of them put into VHS, but he didn't know the order.
Oh, wow.
So we're sitting there like this, watching hour after hour of like maybe 30, 40 seconds at a time of him. And it was him when he was in a rally club, him playing baseball, him playing football, him at a beach barbecue. And I'm like, what the hell kind of life did you have, Dad? Because it looks way cooler than mine. Him with some incredible redhead driving him, turned and blow him a kiss, and he's, oh geez, and he reaches forward and grabs the thing to fast forward, and my mom just glares at him. Him with multiple very, very, very good looking women looking at him. And then we see this one, and we're all like brain dead at this point. Smoking hot blonde, hot shorts, halter top, sunglasses.
Careful, family show. Come on.
Yeah.
Ladies in the room.
Pushing a baby carriage, wearing high heels.
And that just did it for him even better.
Walking towards the camera, gives a big Hollywood smile, turns, walks away, and you see the hips doing one of these. Like you could set your watch by the walk. And I lean forward with my two brothers, and we're like, okay, Dad, who the hell is that? And he goes, that's your mother, and that's you in the carriage. And it's like, oh my God.
Oedipus.
And my mom just sits there and goes, yeah, I was hot stuff.
You're a very handsome guy. You know it. And you know it with your big, stupid clef. Ray, 50 euros.
Well, I made sure I shaved today just for you, and I cut the hell out of myself.
But I don't like a clean-shaven man. I like him a little scruffy.
I can't understand why if I shave in front of the mirror, I cut myself. But if I shave in the shower...
What are you using for you know, what are you using?
A
what
brush?
Kind of blades? A brush. What kind of razor do you use?
Whatever the hell I got. I use a safety razor.
Your razor is super. No, Schick is the worst. Sorry, Schick. I know you wanted to be my sponsor. Gillette Mach 3 is the best.
That's
no,
right.
I use an actual safety razor.
No, you got no, dude.
You know, blade on one side.
Do you ever watch I Love Lucy?
Side.
You ever watch I Love Lucy? Ricky always had little pieces of tissues because men with straight razors, unless you go to a barber, first of all, they take a hot towel and they put it on there. You use eucalyptus to really soften up the follicles. So you can't use that. You can't use this. No, in real life, straight razors are not for men at home. Go get yourself a Mach 3 by Gillette.
Yeah,
you'll never cut yourself ever again.
There's a Mach 5 too.
Yeah, that's overkill though. That's like, you know, that's like 12 inches.
This thing here,
Ray, $50. Can I give Ray what he deserves? Can I give him a giant bang?
To shave this thing, I always got to do one of these and spread it out. Otherwise, I end up with a stupid little.
Don't talk dirty to us.
Sorry.
You know, it's funny. That's scarier than the movie it came from. When Sheen uploaded that, he goes, "What do you think of that?" I said, "Oh my God, I'm so scared." Who's coming in? Oh, O'Malley's are in the house. Add to stage.
That's the official.
Do I have all the O'Malleys? Is it? Oh, it's dark
Happy
in there.
Christmas, gentlemen.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
I can barely hear you. Hold on a second. Let me turn it up.
Turn it up, baby. Turn up the radio.
Merry Christmas, Emmett. How was dinner?
Happy Christmas, gentlemen.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Who's in the house? Have you got Emmett with a cigar? Are you having like
Happy
a real
Christmas, Andrew.
right?
I can't hear you, it's all. So.
You can't
Dinner
hear us?
was pretty good.
It's on your right here.
No, like on a sweet.
Oh, yeah.
No, like on a switch.
Oh, it's the other fella. Showing off keeping a hairline like that after age 40.
Cheers, O'Malley boys. He's got the headphones on.
Merry Christmas, gentlemen, to you and your family.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Sorry, we could barely hear you. I've been trying to connect for the past 15 minutes.
Really? Travis too. Travis can't get on either. He's been trying.
Travis said the same thing. It's some weird thing. Here we are. We're taking a cigarette break. We're in the middle of Trivial Pursuit.
Who's winning? You are.
Well, no. Actually, no. Oisin and the team that Oisin and I are on, we're
not on the same team.
We're quits. No, we're not on the same team. But we're even Stevens. We're 3 wedges. But my brother-in-law has got on team he's on is 4 wedges. We're taking a little break and we'll go back at it.
Emmett is a smarty.
I have a question for Emmett.
Yes.
Dirk said previously the first time he saw you, you were up on stage playing an electric guitar, which is solid, but you're slapping it to increase the vibration.
No, it's not solid. It's a semi-hollow body.
Yeah. You're slapping it to increase the vibration?
No, he's playing. It was like a lick he had.
Oh, no, that's
I don't know anything about...
Give Me Life.
Happy Christmas.
Oh, Cher is here. Cheers to you, gorgeous. Happy Christmas.
Sorry.
Happy Christmas. So here's my question.
Hi, honey pie.
Hi, Dana. If they have like 1,500 abandoned towns all across Italy that are like 1,000, 1,500 years old, what if somebody took the beams from one of those houses and turned it into a guitar?
Well, I mean, people do that, you know. I mean,
would it sound good?
I mean, you could certainly do it. Yeah,
or would it just be or would it be cool?
It has very little to do with the wood, Andrew. It has all to do with the craftsman. who puts it together.
Yeah, that and the player
and the person who plays it. Because
Yeah.
if you give a shoebox with rubber bands to Eddie Van Halen, he's going to sound like Eddie Van Halen.
Exactly.
Okay.
Eddie Van Halen plugged into Ted Nugent's rig and he sounded like Eddie Van Halen. Ted Nugent plugged into Eddie Van Halen's rig and he sounded like Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent, because he's a jackass loser.
He's a good player,
Fucking
though.
loser.
He's
sure, but he wants
as
to
big of
he
a
wanted to
dick
be
as
Eddie
he
Van
is.
Halen.
No,
he wanted to be Eddie Van Halen.
He was Van Halen were opening up for Ted Nugent when they were young before their Sabbath tour, and Ted Nugent was like, "What do you got? A special box there? What is that? How do you do that? Get that thing?" And he goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You got a black box. You got something going on there." So he goes, "Let me plug into your rig," and he plugs into it, and he goes, "Oh, I sound just like Ted Nugent." And then Eddie goes, "Well, let me plug into your shit," and he goes, "Oh, forget it."
Listen. It's don't even get me started.
I know.
Eddie Van Halen.
I mean, there's no way to sound like that unless you're Eddie Van Halen. There's just no way.
Dirk, how was your Christmas?
Yeah, we're
It was
talking about Christmas stuff, and you guys go straight into fucking guitars.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Well, because
sorry, my fault.
Andrew was spinning tales of woe, so we needed to pick the pace up a little bit because it was like divorce and attempted murder.
She wish.
We were actually talking about shaving tips, which is
That's
really
right.
bad. I was like,
also, I'll tell the Basher crowd something that they may not know. There is no real world reason why Dirk shouldn't, and Dirk and Paul shouldn't be right next to me, right here, right now.
Well, there's a reason, and you know what it is. It's just we had to take care of Paul's dad and his mom today, and Rose.
Dirk, I understand.
I would have actually, had life been had Julie still been here, I would have done it. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. This is all right. That's just this year. It's just this year. There will be many beautiful Christmases together. We'll figure it all out. Hopefully next year we'll have Christmas in Fano.
You know why, Dirk? One of the many streams that are going to happen on your channel in the late winter, early spring of 2025 are going to be
what?
Reconnaissance missions in
yes. Oh no, that's definitely happening. But we've decided that that's actually gonna happen in May, early May. Yeah, because April is a mess and March is spoken for. So it's gonna be May. And and you know what?
What?
Are we doing anything special for you? Because you turned 50 in March.
Yeah.
That guy turned 50.
To me? You need to talk to my wife. You need to talk to my wife about that.
I'm just saying.
Don't talk to me about it.
I mean, you look great for 50. I'm 56.
Andrew,
Who would know that?
You're a gorgeous looking man.
Dana.
Emma could pass for 40, 42 easy.
Dana.
I don't know about
that. Dana looks like
we should do something fun for Emmett's 50th birthday. We should come up with an idea of something fun.
We should. And it's a big birthday for you too. We're going to Italy though, right?
We're going to Italy. You want to come to Italy? Well, we're going to do reconnaissance this year.
Yeah, I'm coming.
You're welcome.
Oh no,
you want to go look at all the stuff?
I said today, and I said, by the way, I already offered that I'll rent the car and do the driving for Paul and Dirk in the reconnaissance. And then it's like, what? So I'm not coming? What's wrong with you?
No, but there shouldn't be any driving.
Well,
there should be no driving because I want it in the wall. They've been there.
So how do the laws work? If the driver's up front, can the people in the back have a couple of drinks?
They could, but you know what?
Dirk, what year was the wall built?
9.
9, 9, fucking 9. Year 9.
You know what was funny?
Favorite thing.
You know, it was funny. It was so we get to the town, right? We get there, and like in a way, it's just like, listen, he lived in Emmett. Emmett speaks fluent Italian, And Oisin lives there, and like they've done Italy, they've lived in a city created by Palladio. So when you pick another town, it's like they don't care. And we get there, and we're like, oh, it's the town Paul's family's from. And then Emmett walks up to the Roman ruins, and he goes, 9. This was built in the year 9.
And he wouldn't stop saying it the entire
It was the best.
trip.
I finally felt like we had some credibility because we had a Roman city built
like,
in the year 9 that Emmett approved of. I was like, yes.
They narrowed it down to the year 9. Not 10, not 8. 9.
Yeah. That's on the Arco di Augustus. Arco di Augusto, yeah.
Somebody must have wrote it down when they set a house.
It in there in the year 9.
No, not somebody. Emperor Augustus wrote it on the fucking wall that he built in the year fucking 9. It's right
in the
there.
year 9.
It's right there.
It was right there.
Cool.
I was like, okay. So, Emmett, there's no driving necessary because we want a place in the wall. So that's just walking. We'll just walk and drink.
What? So I'm not invited? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, you're super invited, but it's like we shouldn't be, because if we drive, like I know Paul's talking about, what about Pesaro? And I'm like,
Pesaro.
I know.
Pesaro. No, Fano.
I know, I agree. He wants me to keep my my opinions open.
Well,
but,
you know,
listen.
South,
there's an apartment. There's an apartment that we really, really, really have wanted for over a year, and it's still on the market. Now, here's the story: if it is still, and you've walked down the street, it's on. If it is still available when we go there for reconnaissance, then that's it. It's over because it's perfect.
Then there's no
ready for
there's
this?
no work to be
It
done.
has 5 bedrooms.
Oh.
That means
everybody's
in Fano.
How many
retirement commune?
Andrew,
it's my retirement. It's like at any given time, everyone could be there.
Andrew,
and
I expect you to be there on the inaugural, weekend. Get a flight from Canada.
Oh.
What I don't know what's in your city? Toronto, Montreal, what is it?
I'm in Waterloo. I'm about an hour from Toronto. My passport's expired.
Get a new passport.
YYZ to MXP and get a train from MXP down to Fano.
We'll walk you through it, Andrew. We'll walk you through it.
Well,
I have been a driver for so long. The one time my car broke and I had to take the bus, I actually thought I was going to have to kill people on the bus. It's like, what the?
Andrew,
I'm hanging out with the poors. And I don't want to sound snobby, but it's like, does nobody know what deodorant is?
That's Paris, my friends. And they're on their way there. I'm so excited. Oh, I just saw on the thing that the kids got their things. Oh, I'm so glad.
I actually have been ranting to different people for several years about Italy, and I'm not even there, pointing at the townhouses across the way.
Have you been to Europe, Andrew?
No, I've been to the States. That was in the last century. Wow, that sounds bad. and I'm pointing at it.
Buffalo?
Yeah. I made it all the way to Florida.
Oh boy.
For a couple of days, don't remember much. Got a hell of a bill.
What is Andy M doing? 999999999. You crazy. Drew B, you have a place to crash in Italy anytime you want. And you know what? There's a lot of cats there. JBB, $10. Was that 9 AD or BC? It's AD. Right, Emmett? AD. You freeze? They froze.
I think they froze.
They'll be back.
There's places, like I was checking into it. Sicily.
Oh, they left.
I was checking into it. Sicily, the average January daytime temperature